Exodus 15. Israel are going through the wilderness and they find bitter water at Marah, and they're very concerned about how we're going to drink. And they go on their journey to Elim, where there were 12 springs of water and 70 palm trees, and they camped by the waters. There were Israel travelling in their 12 tribes. That is how they had to travel, how they had to walk through the desert in their tribes, and that's how they camped. And then there's 12 fantastic wells of springing, bubbling water in the desert. 12, one for each tribe. And they camped, each tribe, by one of the wells. Now that was clearly set up by God. And there is a theme in the Bible of grace in the wilderness. David was running through a pretty well wilderness area when he was running away from his son Absalom. He's feeling extremely tired, exhausted, wet, sticky, thirsty, hungry, and every man's damned hand is against him. And then a man lays on a fantastic feast for him there in the desert, there in the wilderness. There is this amazing, amazing feast, and he wrote Psalm 23 about that. But although I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, you spread a table for me in the presence of my enemies. So, this life as we walk towards the kingdom of God is a wilderness journey. We were baptized, as it were, when we went through the Red Sea, and now we're on the wilderness journey. But in that wilderness, although it's tough and a terrible place, as Deuteronomy says, there is grace. Every now and again, you will find grace. God just does something, maybe very little, but something that is, wow, that was the hand of God. That was God being kind to me. Absolutely, God being kind to me. Wow, thank you. Now, of course, we have to see others like David going through the wilderness journey and be gracious to them and put on a feast for them in their wilderness and their hard points in their journey. But open your eyes to this. Israel, you see, shut their eyes to this. All they could think of was, it was better back in Egypt. There was the 12 springs of water, bubbling water at Elim. Yeah, so there was. But they forgot all that. They were just focused on the past. And they didn't see, they didn't want to feel this grace. Open your eyes and you'll see it.